Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be on right now. It's been a couple of weeks of excitement, getting prepared, and I've done a lot of things in my life, but this has got to be close to the top.
Thank you, and ReadersMagnet, and thank you, John, for putting this forth and taking the chance on us authors in presenting this out to the world.
I've enjoyed this immensely, Joanne.
Ellie, so have I. Thank you for who you are, and thank you, ReadersMagnet. You all are beautiful, and you've worked so very hard, and we are blessed.
We are.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers. We thank ReadersMagnet and everybody that's involved. I love ReadersMagnet. They say, we share your stories with the world.
Hello, fairgoers, and hello, world! Welcome to the Festival of Storytellers. This event will be from November 8th to the 21st and will showcase authors who each has a story to tell. We're streaming live in our ReadersMagnet Facebook page and ReadersMagnet YouTube channel. Please enjoy the celebration and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to be updated. You can also visit us online at www.thefestivalofstorytellers.com and make sure to sign up. Today, we have one of our featured authors, Dr. Dorothy Travis Moore, author of The Passion to Educate, Moving Students from Potential to Performance. Hi, Dr. Moore.
Hello, how are you? It's good to see you today.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have this conversation with you again. I'm so glad.
Let me just tell you, I am just enjoying this immensely. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you as well. Thank you for the time. So glad that you gave us your time again. And do you have your book with you? Can you show our fairgoers your book
I
again?
do. This is the new launching of my book here, Moving Students from Potential to Performance. I'm excited about it, looking forward to it. You can go to my website and pre-order it. But I believe that the addition to the book, the questions, the more tips, in terms, especially after the pandemic, helping educators to move students from what I call the potential that's inside of each of them to a level of great performance.
I agree. That's very timely that your book gets published at this time.
Yes.
And as you mentioned that you added a few questions in the book. So what is the most challenging part of your writing process?
The most challenging part, I think, would be to, adequately tell the stories, because there's so many parts to many of the stories that I talk about. And I want people to, number one, to see how the students have come from feeling that, yeah, they have potential, but nobody believes in me, so I'm not going to be anything. And my life is not going to be productive, to seeing how, with the help of those who love them, with the help of educators, teachers who believe in them, that they can, in fact, accomplish something. So grasping that story, the essence of it, so people can see that, yeah, that person really improved. In fact, I'll tell you a quick story, because that's what it's all about.
Sure. Yes, definitely.
I had a young man who lived in foster care, And foster care finally said to me, hey, you know what? You're so close to him. You need to be almost his godmother. So I said, okay, I'll be his godmother. And so I began to walk him through strategies, and we got him involved in our schools and teaching him how to study, how to do things, how to believe in himself. Because here's the thing, confidence, that's the link between potentials and performance. We've got kids who have dropped out of school who are doing nothing because they don't have any confidence in themselves. So this young man began to get confidence. He began to work and study. His grades improved. He graduated from high school. And I'll tell you, then that summer after he graduated from high school, I was at African World Festival with my sister. And I got a call. It was about 11 o'clock at night. And he called me and I said, hello? And I said, who is this? And he told me, and I said, yeah. What do you call me this time of night? He says, I'm on the East Coast. I said, on the East Coast? What are you doing on the East Coast? Remember, we were in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He says, I'm preparing to ship out. I finished my basic training and I'm on my way to Afghanistan. Then he paused and he said to me, but it was important that I talk to you because just in case I don't make it back, I want you to know that my life never would have been this great had it not been for you. And so that's the essence of what I'm trying to capture in the book, to tell the stories of young people who struggle, who didn't have people to believe in them, and then getting those. And that's what I want to encourage people to believe in students, to rethink when you see a child struggling, that, oh, no, he's not going anywhere. See the good in him. So when I can capture those stories and tell it like this young man gave it back to me, then I'm pleased.
That's a very amazing story. And I mean, he's very lucky to have you in his life. You're very supportive.
Yes.
He's very blessed.
The whole thing is that most children grow up and they've got parents or grandparents or someone. But when we see the struggling learners, the ones who are at risk, most of them have people who have given up on them. And many of them, by the time I got to them and they were teenagers, many were already saying the prognosis, oh, they're not going to. The sad thing is many of the children will verbalize the negative that someone else has spoke to them. For example, your dad's in jail. You're going to jail too. Your life is not going to be anything. So they are walking in that kind of destiny. But I challenge in the book to see how so many young people have changed their lives and are doing good things. And even now I hear from them. They are the managers of stores. They are shift leaders. They're married with children and being good fathers and mothers. And it takes the adults in their lives to push them. So we have to be supportive of them. And that support is all the difference in the world.
I agree. Definitely, we all need a strong support system in our life, our family and friends.
Yes.
So for those who are watching us live, you can grab a copy of Dr. Moore's book, The Passion to Educate Moving Students from Potential to Performance, available in Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and in her website, www.dorothytravismore.com.
Yes.
For the first edition of Dr. Moore's book, or second edition, rather, it's also in her website. So go ahead and go to her website and follow her as well on Facebook and other social media platforms.
Yes.
So what is the significant change that happened from the first to the second edition?
One of the changes is that I gave tips, what I call TOMS, tips on moving students. The book is moving them, but I give examples of how to move them. I went and I took a look at those examples and I tried to intensify it a little bit more to give you an extra layer of steps. I mean, for example, we don't just say, help a child with his grades. I give an example to say, because I had a teacher to say, this child came to me in first grade and he doesn't even know his ABCs and he can't recognize colors. And they were like, are. And then I paused and said to them, okay, the state standard says that they're supposed to know them, but take a moment now. You've got to teach them the colors. It's like they never occurred to them. So they don't know their ABCs. So you can't start with making small, words. You've got to teach them their ABCs, and it's okay. Meet them right where they are. So I go a little deeper in my tips to helping people to see right where the students are and to know that you can meet them there. Don't get upset. Take a deep breath, because you're going to be able to help them, because if there's a true willingness on the inside, it's going to happen.
I agree. Definitely. All we need is support, right? Extra
Yes.
care.
Yes.
That's all we need. And what is your message to your fans or to your readers?
My message to my readers is that I want us to unmask some of the thinkings that we have about at-risk children, struggling learners. I want you to put aside those old thoughts of when you hear, oh, this boy went to jail for 2 years. Don't let those negative antennas go up. Pull them back and look at that child. Let me tell you real quick here. Okay. This is what I tell people when I'm working with them and the whole message that's in the book. And it's captured, I think, this way. There was a little boy and his father who was traveling on a boat from New York to London. And it was at nighttime. And of course, at night, London is like 7 hours ahead. So you can see the sunset way out in the horizon. So the people were on the boat and all of the adults could see the sun. But the little boy was down and he wanted to see this. So his father picked him up and put him on his shoulder. So imagine there is darkness in the back of you, but there's light and sun in front of you. And the little boy is just staring in front of this and watching the sun. And his dad said to him, "Can you see? Can you see?" He paused and he said, "I can see farther than my eyes can go." That's the message. Unmask the negative. And when you see a child in need, see farther than your eyes can go.
Thank you so much for that very inspiring message. I'm sure a lot of people will be moved with that and will be encouraged to, get out from their shell and be confident.
Yes.
And thank you so much. It was a really good talk. As always, Dr. Moore.
I love talking with you. Thank you so much for having me again. It's great.
Thank you. And all right, everyone. Dr. Dorothy Travis Moore, author of The Passion to Educate, Moving Students from Potential to Performance. Her book is available in Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and in her website, www.dorothytravismore.com. Follow her in Facebook and other social media platforms again. Thank you, Dr. Moore. And as we say it here in Reader's Magnet, we share your story with the world. Good day, everyone.
Bless you.